Welcome to Just a Minute. Chris, it's also your turn to begin, and the subject is furry dice.
Furry dice? I'll talk about it if you like.
Is that furry dice, then?
It's
very strangely spelt on my card, if it is. It's, you pronounce it furry, is that right?
I do as a rule, yes.
Yes, right. Furry is spelled differently to that, anyway.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
It's spelled F-U-R-R-Y. That's what you've got in front of you.
Is it?
How do you spell it?
Well, I suppose it goes back to my childhood. We used to talk about furry dice. So, Chris...
Aren't they the super furry animals?
It's your turn to begin, and the subject is furry dice, and there are 60 seconds as usual, starting now.
Furry dice. I know people have them in their cars for good luck. I don't really understand this. It's a bizarre concept to me. What, I haven't passed my driving test. I can't tell the difference between the clutch and the glove compartment. I know what. I'll get 2 furry dice. That'll give me... Ooh. Anyway, I must get on. Oh, wouldn't you just know it?
Oh, not the gas main.
Maddening, isn't it? Of course, I bet if I were looking for the gas main, I wouldn't find it. Lend us your masking tape, would you, Linda? That should hold it for the time being.
The subject is comics. It's a clever challenge, Linda, but I mean, The Rover, I read The Rover as well, and The Modern Boy. They did have serious stories.
The Modern Boy?
I think you're all terribly unkind. There was a very popular magazine called The Modern Boy.
It still sells well.
And just to prove my point, it had stories by W.E. Johns about Biggles and Co. You've heard of Biggles and Algae and
yes.
Ginger?
No, not Ginger.
No. And Chris, you have 2 seconds. Comics starting now.
The Modern Boy is my current favourite read.
Oh, I might revive an interest and they'll bring it back. Who knows? Chris, Neill, you were speaking as the whistle went, and your Modern Boy took you up there.
It certainly does.
Yes. 43 seconds. Hay fever's with you, Chris, starting now.
Hay fever. The girls cry out to me, what with my effortless rhythm and snaking hips, as I parade down the streets of London town. They can't get enough of me. My slim figure, you'll note I have been to the gym, and my well-coiffed hair. I tend to shave at least twice a day, that I have smooth cheeks for them to kiss. And that's it.
Jenny, your light came on simultaneously with Giles, so I have an impossible decision to make.
Shall we fight?
Yes.
Oh.
Chris, you'll have to listen out for the English National Opera.
No, sorry, I can't. I've got to go out.
What?
Yes, I've got group therapy. It's a special workshop for builders. It's called Closure. It examines the builder's pathological fear of ever finishing a job. It should be very challenging. It's run by Dr. Raj Basu.
And in doing so, precipitated 40 days of rain, whether it was methane gas endangering global warming.
I think it was methane gas.
Yes.
They're a great band.
Right, you got in with the correct challenge.
Thank you very much.
Chris. You don't thank me, it's legitimate. Superstitions is the subject, and there are 46 seconds starting now.
I am the most superstitious individual I know. I won't even crawl through a woman's legs if her tights have got a ladder in them.
Waiting for me, the pizza delivery companies and the...
Chris challenge, yes.
Hesitation per pizza.
Yes, it was a sort of stumble which we call hesitation.
I have a speech impediment, but don't let it worry you.
OK.
Chris, that is a correct challenge because we interpret that as hesitation because she stumbled. 44 seconds available. Tell us something about junk mail starting now.
I cancelled my subscription to the Modern Boy some time ago. And so when it arrives through the post now, to me, it is junk mail. But more commonly, I think of junk mail as maybe the sort of common one.
How am I supposed to supervise Alan Titchmarsh's sham panic about the time round at Betty's and be at home to answer the door to the English National Opera's Corgi-registered gas fitter?
Well, you and Betty could run a piece of string between your knockers. And so a caller to our house also knocks at Betty's.
Oh.
See, by the way, you haven't forgotten the Curtain Woman, have you?
Curtain Woman? I've never heard of Curtain Woman. Is she one of the frumpier Batman villains?
Yeah. Suffering pelmets, Batman. It's Curtain Woman. She's just a curtain woman with curtains on her mind. Beware the curtain woman. She's gonna make you some blinds.